And then next up, we got around 3,000 of this model themselves, but just a bunch of different colorways. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to episode 76 of going from $100 all the way up to $100,000. Now, from selling all of those shoes from last episode, we have a grand total of $9,955.37 in cash and tens of thousands of dollars in our inventory alone. And yeah, before we even begin, we sold a lot of stuff again this episode, so stick tuned to the very end of the episode to see everything we sold and our new grand total. And with that being said, let's waste no more time, head up to some stores right now and see what we can pick up. Okay, we are back and we got a lot of stuff, guys. And the funny part is, it's a lot of stuff that you guys are gonna remember if you watched the last episode. And just quickly talking about last episode, I want to quickly apologize because I don't know what the hell happened, but my editing software or something completely crashed, and I rendered the video. Everything was fine in the editing software itself, but once it rendered, it completely shit the bed. That's why last episode was very, very buggy. I don't know why. Hopefully we don't run into any more problems, but with that being said, we picked up 2 pairs of these Jordan 1 Lows. They should be somewhat familiar for you guys. We've had them in the past. It is this Jordan 1 Low. I'm pretty sure this is the True Blue colorway. Now, there's a lot of True Blue colorways, but it is this True Blue colorway with the animal print on the back. And yeah, not much to really say about these. We got 2 pairs and we got them for retail. Should be able to move them pretty fast and for a decent profit. Next up, we got 2 pairs of these Air Max 95. It's in this special box, an all black box, and it is this colorway here. Really, really clean colorway. It's just a bunch of gray and white. Really, really nice colorway if you ask me. I am a fan of the Air Max 95s, but you guys have to let me know in the comments below. Are you guys a fan of the 95s? Because my wife hates them so much, but I like them. I have a personal pair, not this colorway, but a pair of 95s, and I really like them. But let me know in the comments below, are you guys a fan of the 95s? Because in my opinion, one of the better Air Max models. The only thing I don't really like about this colorway is the bottoms, that little design on them. Not the biggest fan of them, but other than that, such a clean pair. And then next up, we got around 3,000 of this model themselves, but just a bunch of different colorways. If you guys did watch last episode, you should know them pretty well because it is the Air Max 2017s. The ones we literally just sold all of them. We bought a lot more. Again, like I said, around $3,000 worth, starting with a decent amount in this colorway. It is a cool gray colorway. I'm pretty sure that's what it's actually called. Then we have this wolf gray colorway. Nothing too crazy about them. Then this blue colorway, a really dark blue colorway. This colorway is the worst performing out of them all, but they all have resale value. Then this pure platinum colorway, a super clean one. But then finally, my favorite one, the one that performs the best, the triple black one. This one by far performs the best just because it's a clean all black colorway. And yeah, we got, like I said, around $3,000 worth of these shoes. The only reason is because they sell super fast. But yeah, that is everything we picked up today. A lot and a lot of stuff. Majority of them just being those Air Max 2017s. But like I said, they move fast and they give us a pretty good profit. But with that being said, we're gonna go hit up the stores one more time this episode. And yeah, let's waste no more time, hit them up one more time and see what we can pick up. Hey, we are back and we got a lot of good stuff. Not as much as yesterday, but still some pretty decent stuff. First up are these Air VaporMax 2019. We got them from the back wall at the Nike outlet. A 2019 pair, so that's crazy to see. I remember these being all over the Nike outlet when I first started reselling, but the fact that I found another pair there, pretty crazy. We got them 30% off, and there's some surprising resale value for this. Next up, if you guys were watching last episode, you know we picked up some of these offline. I just found another pair, size 11, nothing too crazy. You've seen them from last episode. They should move really fast too. Again, we paid $25, which is crazy considering they're $170 pairs of shoes. Then, you guys should know by the box, 2 more pairs of Georgetown 6s, a size 10 and 11. And yeah, we've sold like practically every single pair we have of these. There's only a few more left, and I can't wait to show you guys how much profit we made off these ones, because the Georgetowns and the 13s are probably the most ROI, and the 9s wasn't the biggest ROI, but we sold a ton of them. Next up, some of these Air Max Correlates in this like shadow colorway. Another shoe that should move really fast. They were 30% off, so that's the reason we picked these ones up. Something that's like a really basic shoe that moves really fast for us, so I'm glad we found these. Then we got a pair of these Air Max 2090s. You've seen them before on the channel. We only picked up one more, a size 10 and a half. These were also 30% off, another reason why we picked them up. Then 3 pairs of these Air Max 97s in this yellow colorway. I'm pretty sure this is the koi fish colorway. As you can see here, just a really clean white and yellow Air Max 97. Now I did say it is the koi fish colorway. That is because on the inside, the insole of the shoe actually comes with a little koi fish, as you can see here. Pretty cool touch in my opinion. And yes, same thing with the 95s. The 97, another clean Air Max model that I also really like. Not as much as the 95s, but again, how can you not like this shoe? It's such a clean pair of Air Maxes. Comment down below, guys, do you have any of these like Air Max 95s, 97s, 98s, or even like the 90s? Because I have all those but the 98s. For some reason, just not the biggest fan of 98s. Next up, we got some of these Air Max 90s in this Terrascape black and white colorway. If you've been watching, you know we've had a decent amount of different colorways in this. However, I think this is the best colorway we got. Again, these were 30% off, another big reason we bought these. And I don't think it should take that long at all to sell these, especially because we got them for 30% off, and our previous colorways sold for a decent profit and pretty quickly too. Next up, we got some Jordan 7 in grade school sizes. It is this black and pink colorway. The only reason I picked these up, guys, is because they dropped all the way down from $175 all the way down to $99. So at that price point, it should be very easy to make a little bit of profit on these. We got a size 6, 2 6.5s, and a 7Y. So the bigger sizes, the ones that give us the most profit. And again, something that should move really fast for us. Next up, we got some of these Air Max 1s. If you guys watched last episode, you saw we got these crazy clean pair, and they had a few more. First off, in this women's sizes, this one arguably the worst one they had there. Still not that bad, but it is definitely not the best one that they had. It's a clean colorway and all, but they definitely had a lot nicer colorways there that we picked up today, and they were all 30% off. So again, main reason we picked these up is that 30% off should be able to move them relatively easily. Then one of the better pairs that they had there, we got 4 pairs of these ranging from an 8.5 to a 12. It is this blue colorway, definitely the better colorway they had. I'm not the biggest Air Max 1 fan. Like I said last episode, I just got a personal pair and brown pair that we picked up last episode. That was my first ever personal of the Air Max 1s, but let me know in the comments below, what do you think of this pair? Because in my opinion, definitely one of the better colorways that they have in the Air Max 1, and being 30% off, can't complain about that. Then finally, like I said, everything was 30% off. We got another pair of these ones, a 7.5. It is the personal pair I picked up last episode. So with that being said, the 11 that we picked up for the channel, we actually price matched that, got a decent amount of money back, because like I said, we bought them originally for $129, but now they went down with the 30% off, so that saved us a little bit of money. With that 30% off, we also bought this pair, so can't complain about that. Saved us a quick like 40 bucks, which is great. And yeah, that is everything we bought today. I'm praying that my editing software doesn't break again while doing it, because like that's all that's in the back of my head right now, not gonna lie. But I guess we're just gonna have to find out. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching to the end of the video. We're not completely done yet. We're still gonna go over everything we sold this episode and our grand total. So with that being said, guys, thank you. And let's see everything we sold this episode, starting with the Jordan 1 High Lost and Found in preschool sizes. We sold both of the 1Y, the 1.5Y, the 7C and 5C. Then the Jordan 1 Low True Blues we picked up this episode. We sold a 10.5 and 9.5. Then in the Nike Air Max IVO Black Bright Crimson in a size 12. Then the Nike SB Blazer Core White Black in a size 13, 12, 11, and 2 10s. Then in the Nike Zoom X Vaporfly Next Percent in the Valiant Blue in a size 7. Then the Air Max 90 Terrascape Black Element Pink. We sold both of the 12s, both of the 11.5s, both of the 9s, and the size 8. Then the Nike Guinness Immortality Black Anthrite in a size 11 and 9. Then the Nike Cosmic Unity Green Glow colorway in a size 12 and 10.5. Then the LeBron 20 All-Stars in the size 13 and 11.5. Then the Nike Air Force 1 Low Multi Swoosh Black and Orange in a size 8.5. Then in the College Pack Midnight Navy colorway in a size 11.5. Then in the Maroon colorway in a size 11. Then in the White Black Teal colorway we sold the size 11, both of the 10.5s, the 10, 9.5, and all 3 of the 9s. And yeah, that's gonna boost us even more. Hopefully, I did say we bought a lot of stuff this episode. I'm going to say close to like $5,000 worth of stuff, but I'm hoping that we're over $10,000 in cash this episode because we did sell a lot of stuff. So I guess there's only one way to find out, but before then, let's go over everything in our inventory, including what we bought today, starting with the Puma LaMelo Ball MB02 Rick and Morty Adventures. We have a size 13, 12, 11, 2 10.5, 2 10s, and 2 6.5s. Then in the Honeycomb colorway, we have a size 10.5, 2 11s, a 12, and 13. Then in the Adidas Adilet 22 Desert Sand colorway, we have a size 8. Then the Nike LeBron 9 Low Reverse Liverpool, we have a 13, 12, 11, 10.5, and 9.5. Then the LeBron Witness 6 Black Deep Royal Blue in a size 14. Then in the Nike Offline 2.0 Summit White colorway, we have a size 13, 11, 2 10s, a 9.5, 9, and 8.5. The Nike Air Zoom Tempo Next Percent Flyknit in the White Hyper Violet Flash Crimson colorway in a size 8. Then in the Nike SB Alley-Oop Black Toe colorway, we have a 13, 11.5, 11, 10, and 9. Then in the Black and White colorway, we have an 11 and 9. Then in the White colorway, we have an 11.5, 11, and 10. Then in the Nike Killshot 2 Leather Sail Oil Gray Gum colorway, we have a size 10.5, 2 10s, an 11, and an 11.5. Then in the Sail Gum colorway, we have a size 9, 9.5, 10, 11, and 12. Then in the Air Max 95 N7s, we have a 12 and 11. Then in the Light Bone colorway, we have a size 10.5 and 9.5. Then in the Nike Air Max 90 Terrascape Raider Foam Black White colorway, we have 2 size 10s, 2 8.5s, and an 8. Then in the Gore-Tex Photo Dust colorway, we have a size 13, 2 12s, 3 11.5s, 2 11s, a 10.5, and 10. Then in the Nike Air Max 2017 Cool Gray colorway, we have a size 12, 11.5, 11, 2 10.5s, 2 10s, a 9, and 7.5. Then in the Wolf Gray colorway, we have a size 13, 12, 11, 10.5, and 10. Then in the Binary Blue Obsidian colorway, we have a size 12 and 11. Then in the Pure Platinum colorway, we have a size 13, 12, 11, 10.5, 10, 8.5, and 8. Then in the Triple Black colorway, we have a size 14, 12, 10.5, 3 10s, 2 9.5s, a 9, 8.5, 8, 7.5, and 2 7s. The Air Max Correlate White, Black, Red colorway in 11.5. Then in the Pure Platinum colorway, we have a 10.5 and 9. Then in the Club Purple Turquoise Blue colorway, we have a 9.5 women's. Then in the Black, White, Gray colorway, we have a size 13, 12.5, 11, 10.5, 8.5, 8, and 7. Then the Nike Lunar Force 1 Duck Boot Black Gum, we have 2 10.5s. The Nike Air Force 1 Mid QS Jewel Oil Green colorway in a size 11. Then the Air Force 1 Low Triple White, we have an 11.5. Then in the Black Royal Carbon Fiber colorway, we have 2 11s. Then in the Reflective Swoosh White Blue colorway, we have a size 13. Then in the La Familia colorway, we have a size 8. Then in the Uno colorway, we have a 12, 9.5, 7, 3 6.5s, and a 6. Then in the white black pebbled leather colorway, we have a size 13. Then in the black gold jersey mesh colorway, we have a size 13. Then in the Air Max 1 crepe brown colorway, we have a size 11 and 7. Then in the George green colorway, we have a size 8 and 7. Then in the dirty denim colorway, we have 2 13s, 2 12s, a 10 and 8.5. Then in the black white black colorway, we have a size 12, 11.5, 10.5, 10. Then 2 8.5 women's and 3 9 women's. Then in the barely rose colorway in a 9 women's. Then in the triple white colorway in a size 11.5, 11, 10.5, 10, and 9.5. Then in the violet ash multi colorway, we have a 12, 11, and 8 women's. Then in the Oreo colorway, we have an 8, 7.5, and 6 women's. Then in the black metallic silver colorway, we have a size 12, 11.5, 11, 2 10.5s, a 10, a 9.5, 2 8.5s, a 7, and 6.5 women's. Then in the white pure platinum colorway, we have a size 10, 2 10.5s, 2 11s, and 2 11.5s. Then in the triple black colorway, we have a size 10.5. Then in the Nike Air Max Plus white pure platinum, we have a size 10, 9, 8.5, 8, 7, and 6.5 women's. Then in the white grape ice colorway, we have 2 13s, and 11, 10.5, 10, 2 9s, and an 8. Then the Air Max Thea mid ale brown colorway, we have an 11, 8, 3 7.5s, and a 7 women's. Then in the black sail colorway, we have a 9, 8.5, 3 8s, a 7.5, and 6.5 women's. The Nike Air Max Axis triple white in a size 9.5 and 6.5 women's. Then the Nike Air Max Alpha Trainer 4 black in a size 13. Then in the React Infinity Run black iron gray, we have a 10.5 and 9.5. Then in the black colorway, we have a 13, 9, and 8. Then in the leopard colorway, we have a 9.5, 8.5, 7.5, and 5.5 women's. Then in the flash crimson Baltic blue colorway, we have an 11 and 8. Then in the wolf gray colorway, we have a 14, 12, 2 11.5s, 3 11s, 2 10.5s, a 10, 9.5, 3 9s, and 8.5 and 8. Then in the black and white colorway, in women's, we have 3 8.5s, 3 8, 2 7.5, 2 7s, a 9 and 9.5. Then in men's, we have 3 13s, 2 12s, 3 11.5s, 3 11s, 2 10.5s, 3 10s, 2 9.5s, 5 9s, 4 8.5s, and 1 8. Then in the black university red hyper jade, we have a 6.5, 7, 7.5, 8, 8.5, 9, and 9.5. Then in the black safari hyper pink colorway, we have 3 13s and 4 10s. The Nike Air Structure OG white neo teal colorway, we have 2 13s, 3 12.5s, 3 12s, 3 11.5s, 3 11, 4 10.5s, 3 10s, a 9.5, 2 9s, an 8.5, 8s, and 7.5. Then in the black smoke gray colorway, we have 3 13, 5 12s, an 11.5, 11, 2 10.5s, a 9.5, 9, 8.5, and 8. Then in the Nike Free RN black anthrite colorway, we have a 13, 12.5, 12, 11.5, 10.5, 2 10s, a 9.5, 2 9s, and 2 8.5s. Then in the black white ombre colorway, we have a 10.5, 9.5, and 9. Then in the wolf gray colorway, we have an 11, 10.5, 10, and 9.5. Then in the black dark smoke gray colorway, we have a 10.5. Then the Nike Pegasus Trail 3 in the triple black colorway. Then in the peach cream colorway, we have a size 10 women's, 2 9.5s, a 9, 2 8.5s, an 8, 2 7.5s, a 7, and 6 women's. Then in the panda colorway, we have an 8 women's. Then in the phantom metallic gold colorway, we have an 8.5, 9.5, and 2 10 women's. Then in the Terry swoosh colorway, we have a 10, 9.5, 9, 8.5, and 5 women's. Then in the light smoke gray colorway, we have a 6 and 7 women's. Then in the Arizona State colorway, we have a 13 and 12. Then in the pink Oxford colorway, we have a 10, 2 9 women's, 2 8.5s, a 7.5, 7, and 6.5 women's. Then in the Next Nature Rift blue colorway, we have a size 10. Then in the Essential Paisley Pack Barely, we have a size 7.5 women's. Then in the Miami Hurricanes colorway, we have a size 13. Then in the Fleece Pack Honeydew colorway, we have a size 9 women's. Then in the Deadpool colorway, a 6.5Y. Then in the Desert Camo colorway, we have a 10, 9, 2 8.5s, and 2 8 women's. Then in the Anthrite White white colorway, we have a size 12, 11, 10, 9.5, and 9. The Jordan Westbrook white metallic silver in a size 11. Then in the Jordan Jumpman 2 Trey Raptors, we have a size 12.5 and 2 10s. The Jordan 13 playoffs in a size 13 and 12. Then in the Jordan 13 University Blue, we have 8 13s, 4 12s, 6 11.5s, 6 11s, a 10.5, and 9.5. Then in the French Blue colorway, we have a 6.5 and 6Y. Then in the Jordan 12 Black Taxis, we have an 11 and 10.5. Then in the Jordan 11 Cherries, we have a size 10, 8.5, 8, 6Y, 2 4.5Ys, 3 4Ys, and 2 3.5Ys. Then in the Jordan 11 Low IE Light Orwood Brown colorway, we have 2 13s. Then in the Jordan 9 Fire Reds, we have 3 13, 6 12s, 6 11s, 11 10.5s, 2 9.5s, 3 9s, 2 8.5s, and 8 and 7. Then in the Jordan 7 Citruses, we have a size 12, 2 11s, a 10.5, and 10. Then in the Barely Grape colorway, we have a size 7, 2 6.5Ys, and 2 6Ys. Then in the Jordan 6 Georgetowns, we have 6 13s, 2 12s, 6 11, 2 10.5s, a 10, 2 9.5s, a 9, and 8. Then in the Jordan 5 UNCs, we have 4 size 13s, a 12, and a size 8. Then in the Jordan 4 Midnight Navy, we have 2 size 5Ys. Then in the Dark Iris colorway, we have a size 12, 11.5, and 11. Then in the White Cement Reimagined, we have 2 4Ys. Then in the Bordeaux colorway, we have a 7 and 6.5Y. Then in the Pink Violet colorway, we have a 10 women's. Then in the Canvas Iris Whisper Sail colorway, we have a 6 women's. The Craft Inside Out Black colorway in a size 8. Then in the Jordan 1 Low True Blues, we have a size 13, 11.5, and 10. Then in the Marina Blue colorway in a size 6 women's. Then in the Ice Blue colorway, we have 2 7Ys, 2 6Ys, and 1 5Y. Then in the new Emerald colorway, we have 2 7Ys. Then in the Concord colorway, we have a size 13, 12, 4 11s, 2 10s, 3 7Ys, a 6.5, 6, 5, and 4Y. Then in the Ice Blue colorway, we have 2 7Ys. Then in the Game Royal colorway, we have a 12. Then in the Craft Inside Out Black colorway, we have a size 13 and 12. Then in the Stealth colorway, we have a size 10, 9, 8.5, 8, and 7.5 women's. The Jordan 1 High True Blue, we have a 5Y. Then in the Jordan 1 High Taxis, we have 2 7Ys, 4 13s, and a size 8. Then in the Lost and Found colorway, we have a size 1.5Y, 2 1Ys, a 5C, and a 7C. The Stealth colorway in a 6 and 4Y. Then in the NYC to Paris colorway, we have a 7.5. Then the White Black Volt University Gold colorway in a 9.5. Then in the Starfish colorway, we have a 7.5, 7, 2 6.5s, 2 6, a 5.5, and 5 women's. And finally, the Jordan 1 High Dior's in a size 9.5. And yeah, guys, if you guys are new here, that is why we have like only $10,000 in cash, because we have tens of thousands of dollars in our inventory alone. And with that being said, thank you for watching to the end. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications so you don't miss any of my newest videos. I reply to every single comment, so put a comment down below. Let me know how we did this episode. And with all that being said, let's roll our brand new tally right now.